Before we get into the video, I just wanted to give a slight announcement. I'm currently working on my 2.0 Live 2D model, so if you see me looking a little different in future uploads, that's why. I am my own illustrator, so future video uploads may be delayed until my new model is finished. Thank you all for your patience. I can't wait to start using this updated model. And with that, on to the video. It's an exciting time to be a Vocaloid and UTAU fan. For those of you who don't know, Kasane Teto has received a major update and a new design to go along with it. Kasane Teto is a virtual singer character with a super interesting origin. Teto actually originated as an April Fool's joke headline released by Vipper's VIP News Bulletin. The joke headline reading "New Vocaloid Release." Vocaloid, for those of you who aren't familiar, are virtual singer characters that are designed to represent a synthetic voice bank program that allows anyone to create vocals sung by the characters. In Teto's case, the artist Sen provided a rough sketch of the character design, and Oyamana Mayo provided a voice line for the spoof April Fool's Day announcement. Despite her original purpose of a one-time April Fool's spoof of existing Vocaloid characters such as Hatsune Miku, Teto would become so popular that her voice provider, Oyamana Mayo, would return to provide vocal data for an entire Teto UTAU voice bank. Within half a year, Vocaloid producers would pick her up and start releasing some Teto original songs. I previously mentioned that Teto received an UTAU voice bank. UTAU voice banks work similarly to Vocaloid voice banks, but they are considered fan-made works and aren't official Vocaloid products. That's because Kasane Teto originated as a joke, but got taken in by the fans and her voice bank provider. The official company behind Vocaloid didn't have anything to do with her conception. As such, many jokes surround her identity. Just checking out her wiki, you can see her gender is Chimera, and her age is double most Vocaloid characters at 31. She's obsessed with bread, and there are countless references to her twin drill hairstyle working as real drills in her wiki. Most of her famous songs are light-hearted comedy songs that tie into these references as well, which honestly makes her more endearing to me. Kasane Teto would continue to be considered a fan favorite among Vocaloid and UTAU fans who were deeper in the rabbit hole. She would be acknowledged in some official capacity when she was introduced as a selectable avatar for the Project Diva rhythm games. Teto has also made some cameos at Vocaloid concerts, such as Nico Nico Cho Party and Miku Symphony 2018. She would also go on to receive a Good Smile Nendoroid figure with a few other UTAU characters. Still, she would never be officially added to Krypton's Vocaloid lineup in their Magical Mirai concerts or as her own character in the mobile game Project Sekai. On Teto's 15th anniversary, which, as you know, is April Fool's Day, the cutting-edge voice bank company, Synthesizer VAI, would host a live stream with a very important announcement, announcing that they would be adding Kasane Teto to their official lineup of mascot voice banks. As this was happening on April 1st, I waited a few days before getting excited, because I actually assumed that, like the origins of Kasane Teto, this too was an April Fool's joke. I personally know Synth V for their amazing English voice banks and mascot Solaria, but in my mind, there was no way that they would be able to acquire the rights of an UTAU that had been in the official Vocaloid media in the past. And yet, they really did it. And like Solaria, Teto sounds incredibly versatile and amazing. In the acquisition of Kasane Teto, Synth V gave Teto a brand new look as well. For comparison's sake, let's label the two designs UTAU Teto and Synth V Teto. This redesign was done by Sakauchi Waka, who loves to incorporate curls and frills into their female anime characters. As previously mentioned, UTAU Teto was quite obviously designed to be a spoof of the existing Krypton Vocaloid star Hatsune Miku. Like other fanloid UTAUs such as Yowane Haku and Akita Neru, her outfit directly paralleled that of Hatsune Miku, from the silhouette to the color placement. It was like an UTAU uniform of sorts. And though her uniform had some personal touches, UTAU Teto was at the end of the day designed to fit in under the shadow of Hatsune Miku. As such, Teto was designed with the same knee-highs, pleated skirt, collared shirt, triangle patterned belt, arm warmers, and number tattoo on her bicep as Miku. The main thing that set Teto apart other than her hairstyle was her color palette. Her wine red hair and navy blue uniform paralleled the color placement of Miku while also being a pleasing color palette on its own. Now let's go over the Synth v Teto redesign. A few key details in her characterization were kept, the most obvious being her signature twin drills hairstyle. In this redesign, however, a white ribbon was woven through one of her pigtails to help aid in the flow of symmetry in the rest of the design. The white ribbon also helps add interest to Teto's silhouette and will help differentiate the character from other anime characters if she was ever dressed in other outfits. Another element that was translated directly from UTAU Teto's design was her pink belt that matches Hatsune Miku and other UTAU characters to serve as an homage to her roots. Other than that, the majority of her design elements, like her cuffs, the buttons on her shirt, and her red-rimmed skirt, were transformed for the new design, making it feel familiar yet fresh. To further update the design, the waistline of Teto's skirt has been raised from a low rise to a high waist skirt, bringing the design out of the 2000s and into the idol aesthetics found in the 2020s. The most obvious difference between the two designs is an aesthetical shift from a techy and playful school idol uniform to an elegant military idol uniform. As such, her techy headset has been removed from the design completely. This change in direction may have to do with the fact that Synth V would like to showcase how much more natural sounding Synth V Teto's voice is capable of sounding compared to UTAU Teto's classic voice. The color placement of the red hems on her original design has been repurposed to break up the various tiers of her more complex design. Her plastic knee-high boots have now also been swapped out for combat boots to reiterate the military theme. Lastly, and this is a super cute Easter egg, her April Fool's 0401 tattoo across her bicep has now been transformed into a tiny badge on her collar. Other new additions to Teto's Synth V design include the addition of leather straps to complement the leather boots, flowy cape sleeves that are reminiscent of her overskirt, and a crinoline under her skirt to add a new texture and volume to her silhouette. My absolute favorite addition to her design is the scalloped line pattern to the fabric of her uniform that actually resembles music staff paper. The lack of actual music notes on the staff may signify how Teto is a versatile blank sheet of music, waiting for you to write the notes for her to sing. My single criticism of the Synth V Teto redesign is that her clothes are now primarily a light gray instead of a dark blue. I would have much preferred if they kept the navy blue from her original UTAU design. I did a quick recolor to show what a dark blue version of the design may look like, and I think it suits Teto more than the light gray. I may be reading into things too much because at the end of the day, this is a voice synth character with little official characterization. However, I feel like this redesign signifies growth and officialization of Teto. The design for UTAU Teto will forever feel to me like a background character for Hatsune Miku. This is because UTAU Teto doesn't have an identity of her own, and that's purposeful. Again, she was designed to appeal to Miku fans just enough to bait them into believing that she was the next Vocaloid character for April Fool's Day. This new design for Kasane Teto allows her to stand out more on her own and develop her own identity as a virtual singer. The shift in her branding from youthful schoolgirl idol to graceful military idol communicates to the audience that she is now meant to be taken seriously as a singer. Even her expression in the new key art is filled with determination. Ever since I was a teen, I always imagined Teto as this 31-year-old idol wannabe that no one took very seriously. She always appealed to me as the underestimated comic relief of the Vocaloid and UTAU cast of characters. Now seeing her as a fully fledged virtual singer who found her own identity makes me very happy. From April Fool's joke to a fully fledged voice bank, Kasane Teto has shown me that with effort and determination backing it, anything can become something worthy of being taken seriously. Teto's redesign has shown me that a few design changes can aid in elevating a character from a joke to a force to be reckoned with. As an aspiring character designer, it was really fun to see how the Synth V team redesigned Teto to be a serious member of their voice bank lineup. Maybe you prefer the jokey nature of UTAU Teto, or you prefer the updated and beautiful V Synth version. I personally think they are both great in visual design and sound. To me, Teto signifies that you are never too old to be taken seriously as a creator, and a minor brand shift can make the whole world's difference in how you are perceived. So thank you Teto and Synth V for giving Teto the recognition she's deserved for 15 long years. So what do you think of Teto's new voice bank and redesign? Do you prefer UTAU Teto or Synth V Teto? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe, and as always, take care, Bat Bunch.